high-rise that predominantly is in the South Lawndale area. And the residents of this particular place are mostly seniors, and they are seniors of color. A lot of them have served their country, they're veterans, and had worked for the city at one time, and they have been dealing with no heat. Now, it's been going on, different things have been happening all along, from what I understand, for months. They've been dealing, like, for the past 3 or 4 days with no heat, not low heat, no heat. Come to find out, they're also dealing with an extreme rodent problem, bed bugs, roaches, and it's just really sad. And it goes back to some issues and things that I've talked about with Miss Mary, and she has addressed about how we treat the elders of our communities and our neighborhoods, people who have earned their stripes. They've put in, the work, and this is their time to be taken care of, and they're not feeling taken care of. Okay. And what I find so interesting is when, let's say, like, CBS Chicago News, Channel 2 News here is reporting it, they're getting these statements from CHA saying that minimizing what has been going on. First, the pipes broke. They made it look like it was just one pipe in the front area. But this was a massive breaking because of the fact, why? There's no heat. There's no heat. So, of course, the pipes are going to break. Different things that need to be taken care of. I do realize that when it's cold, everybody, whether doesn't mean that it's a derelict or something's wrong with necessarily. In this case, it is. You run the risk of your pipes breaking, and you have to take certain precautions. Whether you live in an apartment, in a home, so for an apartment building, apartments, you know what I'm talking about, or a home. But this is very horrible, and these people are having to leave their oven on, all the eyes on their stove. And one lady, some days ago, she said that her carbon monoxide and smoke detector kept coming off, but she had to make a decision between that and literally freezing to death. This is deplorable. I feel like everything I look at is they're trying to, no one cares, and they want people to literally freeze to death. Freeze to death. I mean, this is ridiculous. And then one of the people, I think her name, let me look at my notes. Her name is named Rosemary Coleman. She was interviewed by CBS, actually tonight, but they couldn't film inside of her apartment, and she's on a walker. And she had to sit on her walker on the street in order to talk to the journalist to let someone know what is going on. And she feels that the reason why there's some type of law or some kind of clause from CHA about this is that they're hiding something. Clearly, they're hiding something. How do you treat the elders of our communities, of our neighborhoods, of our family? This is someone's mother. This is somebody's grandmother. This is somebody's grandfather. This is somebody's father. How do you treat them like this? Do you not think that you're not going to get older? I mean, first you got the people at the border. Now you got the people in the neighborhoods. And I don't want to make it seem like it's about just people of color, but yeah, okay, black and brown. What is the thing here? Minorities. They got bed bugs, they got rats, what is this? What is this? That's deplorable. And then they mentioned something at the end of the televised news a little while ago, saying that CHA said that they had $100 million renovation that is going to take place next month. But these people are freezing now. So what's going to happen to them next month. How do you expect people to wait? It's just like the president telling the people at the border. Okay, he went off and he went on vacation, and it's not all his fault. There's a lot of people at fault here. And this is the same, it's a distinct similarity here. Distinct. There's a theme here, an underlying theme. It seems like it's totally unrelated, but it is related at the same time. Okay? It's the total lack of caring indifference to humans. And then we're all sitting back. Is this the new normal where you just sit back and watch people suffer? Is this what it is? It's like these people have no soul. Like they're just watching, and I think they're trying to condition people to just watch other humans suffer and then do nothing. Just silently watch while they suffer. I mean, if that was I just can't accept that if this was their loved one, they would just stand there silently and let it happen. We're called humans for a reason. We're humane. We're supposed to be humane, and we're supposed to retain some type of humanity. Another aspect of this, I'm going to give you a little backstory, is there's about 200 units in this CHA high-rise, and it's been in existence, this particular place, for about 50 years. As for some of the residents that they interviewed over the past 3 or 4 days, a lot of them said that they literally had to dress as if they were actually going to be outside because they have no heat. Layers upon layers of clothing. And one lady, as I spoke of, the resident Rosemary Coleman, she says it feels like, well, she's going through hell, I guess, without the heat, evidently. If hell was cold, I guess, in that regard. And she just feels like they keep trying to reach out to these people, and they are not doing anything for them. And no one's intervening on their part. It is just, it's amazing to me that this is happening, and it is a trend. It is something, people, that is going on right before our eyes, and it is some type of conditioning. What's happening now is happening for a reason. They're trying to condition everyone to accept this and desensitize people, in which you just sit and you watch and you do nothing. I feel it very strongly. There is themes here. There's things between the border. There's the things with the people in the neighborhoods where we live, the people of color live, okay? In which you just sit back and you inflict and do things or be indifferent, and then you make sure that it's televised, that people are watching. It's that watching thing again, too. Don't you notice, like, when things happen, sadly, and people lose their lives, it's plenty of people, footage. We live in an information age in which everything is recorded. Someone is videoing it. Somebody's watching every single second. And then you do nothing. Is this the new normal? Is this the other phase of it, in which we just all just sit back and we put our hands up and we just watch our fellow human beings? We need to be helping each other, and we do nothing. You do nothing about it. If you're questioned about it, you avoid the answers, or you just sit, like in this case for CHA, you just sit around and tell a bunch of lies and say that it's only this, it's just a little bit of a problem. No, it's not a little bit of a problem. It's a big problem. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Thanks for listening to Teachable Moments with April.
If you did enjoy this episode, I invite you to come right back to check out my podcast and my other episodes